Hey guys. All right, Shalom. Okay, so today I am making myself frozen ice cocoa. And that's the name that I gave it. I don't know. Yeah, if you guys want to make this, y'all gonna have to make up your own names. This is just the name that I named this drink. I have no idea what to call it, so that's what I'm calling it. All right, frozen ice cocoa. And so what you're looking at here is raw cocoa beans. Okay. For those of you who give your children hot chocolate with that nasty packaged stuff in the package at the store with a whole bunch of sugar in it and preservative, y'all need to stop giving your kids that stuff. Especially with the children who suffer from ADHD, right? And other cognitive function. Those things are not good for your kids. If you're gonna give your kids hot chocolate, this is it right here. And just so you know, cocoa, the nutrients is only found in the raw beans. So if you're giving your kids hot chocolate, there's no nutrients in it. That's already been processed. There is absolutely no nutrients in that. So just to let you guys know. So here it is right here. This is the raw cocoa beans. Okay, that's it. That's what raw cocoa look like. Okay, this is where cocoa butter came from. If y'all use cocoa butter lotion, well, not them fake lotion at the at the Walgreens. Now that's not cocoa butter, but y'all know what I'm saying. Talk about real cocoa butter. This is where that came from, right here. All right. And you won't find this in the United States. I don't think you will find this here in the United States. I personally actually brought this back from the Caribbean with me a few months ago. I brought this back from Grenada. So you won't find the raw beans. But what you will find is the beans in pieces. Okay, so this is the beans right here, but just broken in pieces. All right, so what I did, I just broke these up into little pieces just to show you guys that you can find this in this form here in the United States. All right, and so over here as well, this is the raw cocoa powder, and it's just raw cocoa powder. And so what I did is I took the pieces, right, and I put it in my little mortar right here. Those of you who know what a mortar is, my little mortar and my little pistol right here. And so I just put the the pieces of cocoa beans in here, and I just crush them up. And so that's what you're looking at right here. Now, you don't have to go all out and do all of that. Okay, you can find this and this at Marshall's. You can find it at Walmart. You can find it at any Whole Food store, maybe Trader Joe's or some type of Whole Food store. You can find the powder. You can find it in the powdered form and the pieces. And so I have brought this one. There's nothing left in there now, but I have brought this a long time ago, so I just kind of kept it to show you guys. So you might be able to find this. See, that's what it's gonna look like there, the raw cocoa. Okay, and also you can find it in the pieces. They call it cocoa nibs, but that's just the cocoa beans that's been cut up into small pieces right there. All right. And so today I'm going to use this and make myself a drink. Now, I also make hot chocolate with this, guys. All right. Because this is what you're supposed to be drinking if you're having hot chocolate. Now, let me just say this. Raw cocoa in its purest form, which is what you're looking at here, is bitter. Okay. It's very bitter. All right. Now, y'all know that I like my bitter stuff. Okay. So what I do with this drink. Oh, and let me just show you guys what I have. So what I do with this drink here, I take some of the powder, and sometimes I throw a few pieces of, the pieces right there in the blender as well, because I like just to chew on those pieces. So I use about 2 tablespoons of this if I'm making a glass of my drink. I use about 2 tablespoons of the powder, or I'll just throw a couple of maybe a tablespoon of the pieces right here. And so this is nutmeg. This right here is nutmeg. Now, if you are a Dr. Sebi follower, this video is not for you, okay? So, unfortunately, this video is not for you because Dr. Sebi does not recommend nutmeg, all right? So, but I, Sister Malika, use nutmeg, okay? I use nutmeg because nutmeg has a lot of health benefit, okay? So, again, if you're a Dr. Sebi follower, this video is not for you, all right? And this is some cinnamon, all right? So I use spices in my cocoa. Cinnamon and nutmeg and a little bit of vanilla that I have here. There's a little bit of vanilla right there I'm going to be using in my drink as well. And some coconut milk. All right, that's my little coconut milk right there. And you can use whatever sweetener you have, your sweetener of choice, whatever you have at home. It doesn't have to be sugar. I choose to use a little bit of brown sugar, okay? This is raw cane sugar. And now, I know a lot of people don't know what real sugar look like. Like, they don't need, listen, that white granulated bleach sugar that 98% of Americans use, that's not the real sugar, people. This is real sugar right here. Your sugar should look like this. It should be dark brown. It should smell really strong like molasses. And it should be moist. It should have some type of moisture in it. And how do I know this? Well, number one, I'm from the Caribbean. And number two, my dad used to work at a sugar factory. He used to bring home a whole bunch of sugar back in the days. Most I rest his soul, but my dad used to bring us home sugar because he used to work at the sugar factory. And this is what sugar looked like. Dark brown cane sugar. We're talking about cane sugar now because there's different form of sugar. But this is cane sugar. And your cane sugar should be dark brown. It should smell like molasses. And it should have a little bit of moisture to it. And also, I'm going to be using some ice because I'm making this drink is going to look like a slushy. Now, I don't have a slushy machine, okay, because I don't make this stuff every day. So I'm not going to invest in a slushy machine. So I'm going to be doing this in my my blender, all right? So you're going to need a lot of ice for this drink. So that's all you need. You need a couple spoonful of your raw cocoa. You need a little bit of spice, all right? A little bit of nutmeg, some cinnamon, a little vanilla over there. You need some coconut milk or almond milk or whatever milk. I don't, suggest dairy because I don't do dairy, okay? A little bit of sweetener of your choice and some ice. And that's all you need. And before I go any further, let me explain to you guys the health benefit of raw cocoa. Okay? Raw cocoa improves circulation in the body, which helps to prevent cardiovascular diseases like strokes and heart attack. Okay, this is very good for blood circulation. All right? It's also anti-inflammatory. Okay? Now, here's the kicker. Here's a surprise a lot of people don't know. Raw cocoa, now only in the raw form now, okay, in this form right here that you're looking at. Raw cocoa has way more calcium than cow's milk. As a matter of fact, they lied to y'all. Cow's milk hardly have any calcium in it, okay? Hardly. Raw cocoa has a lot of calcium. It has magnesium. And this, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, y'all can do your research, but if I'm not mistaken, I believe raw cocoa has the highest plant-based source of iron. Now, like I said, y'all can prove me wrong, y'all can go do your research, but I believe this is the highest plant-based source of iron. Lots of iron in raw cocoa, but only in the purest form, only in the beans itself. Like like I said, you can get the nibs, the little pieces, or the raw powder, but you're not going to find it in your hot chocolate in those little packet. No, Absolutely not. Or you're not going to find it in your milk chocolate from the store. Won't find it there. Okay? So yes, there's a lot of nutrients in the cocoa when you're having it in its purest form. So I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to be making this. All right, I actually broke my blender, but so this is my drink. I don't know what's going on with my camera. What is going on with this camera? Okay, so hopefully you guys can see this better because my phone camera is acting crazy. All right, so this is what my drink looked like. Now, that's my frozen ice cocoa. That's what I'm calling it. I don't know what you guys want to call it, but that's what I'm calling it. My frozen ice cocoa. So there you have it. All right. This is actually really good, especially when you add your cinnamon, a little bit of vanilla, and a little bit of nutmeg or whatever spice you want to use in here. This is really good. All right. Or you can just make yourself a hot cup of raw cocoa. That's it. Just put it in some hot water, add your little coconut milk, whatever milk, and there you go. That's it. So like I said, guys, you can find raw cocoa at your local health food store, Whole Food, Trader Joe's, and also I've seen it at Walmart. I've seen these at Marshall's. So yeah, you can find raw cocoa at pretty much anywhere. But like I said, raw cocoa is bitter. So, and I know kids don't like bitter stuff, but I don't always use a sweetener in my raw cocoa. Sometimes, because y'all know me, I like bitter stuff. So sometimes I just make this and throw a few pieces of the chunks in there, like you can see right here. I have a whole bunch of it in the chunks, and I just throw that in there. I don't usually use sugar or any type of sweetener, and I just drink it just like that, you know. So it's up to you, however you like it. But if you guys want to try this out, let me know what y'all think about it down below if y'all like it. All right? Shalom.